Hi, welcome to the ABCs of Improving Mental Health with Lifestyle Choices. Today I'm going to be talking about inflammation. So I wanted to switch over and share my screen for a second. All right, so there are two different kinds of inflammation. There is acute inflammation, which is a lot like this. You light a match and you can blow it out. It's acute, it's quick, and then it's over. That is what happens to our body when we have some kind of an infection, something that our body is responding to in a quick way. It's, as you can see from my screen, it's the body's natural response to injury, infection, or a foreign invader that may cause an acute or chronic reaction. The body tries to defend itself, and it attempts to detoxify and to facilitate healing. It literally burns up many necessary nutrients. And this occurs when we have, say, some bacteria in a cut or a wound that needs to be removed. And so the body quickly responds and heals it. There is a second kind of inflammation, and that is a more chronic inflammation, which is much like a candle burning. I don't know if you can see my candle burning, but this candle obviously would be burning for quite some time. It's made to burn for hours. And that's what happens to our body when we have long-term inflammation. And long-term inflammation is chronic, and it is inside our bodies. And that means that we can't tell it's there. Oftentimes, it's not like when you have a cut that's red and it hurts and you say, oh, I've got some inflammation. That internal inflammation is due to exposure from toxins. It's due to exposure from stress and from poor food choices. So, for example, eating a lot of sugar actually causes inflammation immediately following eating the sugar. And if we start to gain a lot of weight, then even the body fat can create inflammation. So why is this important, and why are we talking about inflammation when it comes to body health? Well, the reason is because, hopefully I can get my next screen up, inflammation is linked to a variety of different diagnoses, including autism, asthma, allergies, ADHD, autoimmune diseases, depression, anxiety, inflammatory bowel disorders, eczema, and schizophrenia. So it is important that in the long term for overall health that we are putting the flames out. And so we don't want this candle to be burning forever. We don't want to have inflammation for a long period of time. We actually want to put the flames out. So how do we do that? There are many foods that we can eat that are anti-inflammatory foods. Those foods include things like antioxidant foods like fresh fruits and vegetables, eating non-genetically modified plants, eating organic foods, eating seasonal foods. So eating foods that are local and seasonal, that aren't shipped from, across the world in a different time of year, like being able to get strawberries in the middle of winter. They've been shipped, they've been packaged, they've been processed with chemicals to keep them fresh. So we want to really stay with things that haven't traveled very far, that are as fresh as possible. Healthy oils like olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, and organic butter are also foods that can really help in putting out the flames. Staying away from things like heavily processed foods, sugar-coated foods, sugary filled foods, lots of the processed carbohydrates like donuts and cakes and cookies, alcohol. All of these things really inflame the body and cause long-term damage. And it's often damage that we don't really even notice until we have been alive for quite some time. So it has a cumulative effect. So someone in their 20s, their 30s might think that I don't need to change my diet. I feel fine and I can drink beer and eat pizza and ice cream and it's all good. And it is all good until it's not. And if you listen to people who are in their 40s, 50s and up, you'll hear things like, I have chronic joint pain, I have chronic knee pain, I have trouble sleeping, this is wrong and that is wrong. All of those things are foundationally because of inflammation. So do your body a favor, do your brain a favor, stay away from all of those heavily processed foods, high sugar foods, stick to the organic foods, the clean foods, the wild caught fish, the wild game foods, fruits and vegetables, and help your body and put out the flame. Until next time.